From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Industries across the board utilize fleet trucks on a daily basis, from your local utility company to your grocery store, and many of these companies choose full-service fleet leasing. With a traditional lease, you're responsible for everything after you get the truck, but a full-service lease includes all the maintenance and other services at a set cost. Regardless of the scope or range of your fleet needs, TranService will engineer a fully customized, full-service fleet leasing solution optimized to your requirements. From asset acquisition requiring no capital investment, to the engineering, configuration, and selection of your fleet equipment, to the people, facilities, and equipment to keep your fleet maintained and repaired. TranService gives you everything you need, with advantageous fleet pricing based on our national account status, compliance expertise, inspections, licensing, permitting, personal property taxes, nationwide roadside service. We cover it all for you. Contact us today to learn why leading companies rely on TranService for complete turnkey leasing solutions.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello, everybody. everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it's race number 4, the round of 16, a cutoff race. We're dropping it from 16 to 8, going into the next race, which is July 10th at Legacy, Texas. But tonight, we're at Chicagoland Speedway. And right now, practice with just over 3 minutes remaining. Macklin, Dalton, Macklin, Donaldson, and Karlovich are top 5. Let's bring in my broadcast partner, the one and only Mike Campiggio.
Hey Jay, how we doing? Glad to be back again this week at the playoff cutoff race that you just mentioned. My home track, so personally, I'm going to be very biased against this track tonight, LOL. But looking forward to it. Should be a really good show like we've seen all season, and I'm ready to get at it.
Yeah, I very much love this racetrack. It's a little bit of a different configuration than normal mile and a halves. But Mike, we've ran this racetrack quite a bit when it comes to the Sim500. Why don't we tell our wonderful viewers at home the tale of the tape?
Well, AJ, let's do it. Let's go back to last year, 2023. Race was 120 laps. Cautions, only one of them for 4 laps. The race had 9 leaders for 17 lead changes. The pole was won by Seth Foudy. Winner was Hamas Gallagher, who also led the most laps in that race at 42. We'll go back to 2022. Race was again 120 laps, and that race went caution-free. Race had 4 leaders for 8 lead changes. The winner was Daniel Falkenham, who won it from the pole and led 23 laps. Most laps led in that race was Justin Fuller at 68, and he came up so close to winning that race. 2021, 120 laps again. That race also went caution-free. So that race had 7 leaders for 11 lead changes. The winner was Daniel Falkenham, who started 25th and led 16 laps. The pole was won by Justin Fuller, who led 73 laps, which was the most laps led in that race, and finished 28th. And finally, 2020, we ran 115 laps, 2 cautions for 10 laps, 14 leaders, 21 lead changes in that race. The pole was won by Brian Day, who led 40 laps, which was the most laps led in that race, but only finished 18th. Winner was Trey Eitzen, who started in second and led 22 laps.
So, with all that tale of the tape, last year's race was very eventful, very fun. We're looking at a very good race down the pipe tonight. But let's see what everybody's fighting for to get into the round of 8. Here are those points, Micah. Why don't you break those down for us real fast?
Well, AJ, as we're looking here, we got Justin Fuller, who is on the top of the board, P1. EJ O'Rourke is actually 96. EJ O'Rourke's in second, 6 points back of Justin Fuller. Nelson Rivera, 7 points back in third. Sean Macklin, 8 points back in fourth. Wesley Donaldson, minus 13 in fifth. Tyler Dalton, minus 13 in sixth. And Brian Macklin in seventh, minus 15. And Byron Daly, minus 19. Now, this is where it gets very interesting here at the cutoff line, which is Byron Daly, who is the 8th and final playoff driver if we'd go into next week. But if we look behind him, Jason Karlovich and Chad Coleman are basically 1 point behind him. Scott Simley's like another 8 points behind him. And Richard Beasley's another 10 points behind him. And then you have Kevin Stone, Wetzel, Eric, and Tommy Ryan, who are basically do the best you can and try to win and see how much points you can gain. But I don't know if that's going to play much of a factor for those guys. So we're really looking at about 4 or 5 guys right there. For anybody from like Brian Macklin down to Richard Beasley, you have a mathematical shot to get that final playoff spot for next week.
Practice is over. Qualifying is just starting. It is very tight, like you said, from 7th to just about 10th. Scott Simley, I don't think he is here tonight, so unfortunately that's going to rule him out. But Richard Beasley, if he has a very good night and say a Byron Daly or Jason Karlovich has any issue along with Chad Coleman, look for him to possibly jump them. But qualifying is underway. Trucks are hitting the track. There's a lot of keys to Chicagoland Speedway, which we'll talk about when we get to the warm-up lap. But Mike, qualifying, how are you attacking this? Because this is a multi-groove racetrack, and for me, you're trying to reverse diamond the corners.
You are, AJ. That's a very good point. But also, like we're seeing here, I think that was Chad Coleman, or is that Doy Woods out there
That's
right there
Doy
on the
Woods.
screen? Doy Woods. So what he's doing on this first lap is what some people will do, is run the top all the way around the first lap to get up to speed, get all the momentum that you can. And then that second lap, you're cutting it to the bottom and full throttle on the gas as he about
is really
lost it. Yeah, he about lost it off 4. Good save. That's going to
He's
kill that lap.
Tommy Ryan, his first lap, as he's up against the wall too. But his first lap good for a 31.95. Sean Macklin's going to better that.
So you're going to see a lot of guys. There could be guys that, we've seen that run the high line on that second lap too. So, I mean, you have multiple options, which is very nice about this racetrack.
Tommy Ryan going to cross the line, and he's going to go P1, a 31.13 jump to Sean Macklin now.
But we're going to see a lot of these guys doing exactly what they're doing, cutting the apron here and getting as much as they can to the line. And even under...
Good for second. Wesley Donaldson's going to jump to first, a 31.09. Mike, what do you got?
I was going to say, we're going to see a lot of these guys early on racing. When they get 2 and 3 wide, they're going to be cutting the dog leg here in the middle of the track, in the center of the front straightaway.
Yeah, you're going to be able to do that early on in the run, but when we get 20 to 30 plus laps on the tires, I've seen dropping off the racetrack onto the apron very much upset the cars or trucks. So I would be on the lookout for that as Fuller goes P1. Mike, how close was that? Because it's only showing a 31.09 for me.
Well, give me 1 second here, AJ. It was pretty close. It was a 31.086 to a 31.094.
Very close. Chad Coleman finishes qualifying going 6th. Jason Karlovich sitting 12th currently. He's coming to finish qualifying. That's 6th. He's crossing the line. And from 13th to P1. 6 100ths faster. Tyler Dalton now on the back straightaway. This is his money lap here. There's one of the guys using that low lane. Cross start finish line to 19. Good for 7th. Playoff driver Richard Beasley in the number 10 Tide Ride. And Beasley's good for 17th. Mike, just as qualifying is over as Joseph Burgess in the 90 Sim Labs Ford F-150 finished his qualifying lap. Let's talk about picks. Who did you take tonight?
Well, AJ, I took Chad Coleman, who's sitting there 1 point behind the cutoff line. That's who I took tonight to see if he could point his way in or possibly win his way into the next round of the playoffs. Who'd you pick tonight?
Now, I want to specify that these picks were done as practice was starting. I took our pole sitter this evening, Jason Karlovich. So, pat on the back for me.
Did.
Hey, you're the one that asked, and you know exactly when I picked them, but we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, we're going to run down the starting lineup for race number 22 of the Sim500 TranService Truck Series season at Chicagoland Speedway.
Industries across the board utilize fleet trucks on a daily basis, from your local utility company to your grocery store, and many of these companies choose full-service fleet leasing. With a traditional lease, you're responsible for everything after you get the truck, but a full-service lease includes all the maintenance and other services at a set cost. Regardless of the scope or range of your fleet needs, TranService will engineer a fully customized, full-service fleet leasing solution optimized to your requirements. From asset acquisition requiring no capital investment, to the engineering, configuration, and selection of your fleet equipment, to the people, facilities, and equipment to keep your fleet maintained and repaired. TranService gives you everything you need, with advantageous fleet pricing based on our national account status, compliance expertise, inspections, licensing, permitting, personal property taxes, nationwide roadside service. We cover it all for you. Contact us today to learn why leading companies rely on TranService for complete turnkey leasing solutions.
All right, everybody. Well, warm-up is over. It is time to go over the starting lineup from Chicagoland Speedway. Let's run it down. On your front row, Jason Karlovich, Brian Macklin. In row number 2, Justin Fuller and Wesley Donaldson. Row 3, Byron Daly and Pedro Mojica. In row 4, Tyler Dalton and EJ O'Rourke. And rounding out that top 10, in row number 5, Tommy Ryan and Jose Gonzalez.
All right, AJ, let's go to 20 here. In 11th place, we've got the 38 of Chad Coben. In 12th, we've got the number 9 of Bobby Wetzel. In 13th, we've got the number 18 of Sean Macklin. In 14th, we've got the number 13 of Hamish Gallagher. In 15th, we've got the number 11 of Seth Foudy. In 16th, we've got the number 22 of Nelson Rivera. In 17th, we got the number 10 of Richard Beasley. In 18th, we got the number 17 of Kevin Stone. In 19th, we got the 44 of Glenn Campbell. And rounding out your top 20 is the number 90 of Joseph Burgess.
2 drivers failed to start this race. That would be Alan Wild and Brian Workman. This is going to be fun. A lot of Toyotas and a lot of Chevys in that top 10. Our first Ford is Hamish Gallagher, and it's showing me him in that 14th position.
The Fords are outnumbered tonight.
Yeah, there's only 4 of them, and they sit 14th, 16th, 17th, and 20th. But your top 3 positions are all Toyota Tundras.
AJ, do you want to get to the keys?
Yeah, let's get to the keys to victory. You're going to want to save your tires. The second one is driver choice. This track has multiple options and multiple lanes. And then you want to keep that truck clean. No Chicagoland stripe on that outside wall, and you should be good for a good finish here tonight as the pace car is going to duck down pit road. And we
green flag,
green.
And there's EJ O'Rourke. Didn't take him long. Gonna go top 3 wide, going into 1.
You know, I know he goes back and watches these broadcasts. I wonder if he does it as a meme now. And even if he does, he makes it work.
Oh, we're getting Justin Fuller had a terrible time off a turn 2. He's gonna try to get put 3 wide here. Oh, we got Nelson Rivera sideways back here. He saved it. We have no caution.
You see the 22 already sideways. He's going to drop all the way to 23rd and keep going.
Great save, though. Great save by Nelson, though. That could have been a race ender.
Absolutely, for multiple drivers. Up front, it's the 60 and the 30. Karlovich Macklin on lap 2. Macklin using that middle lane early. Full tires are a pain in the butt here as Karlovich is going to swing it all the way to the wall and cut off the 30.
Yeah, Brian's going to look now to the inside here as we go into turn 1, side by side for the lead.
And our keys to victory mentioned about picking lanes and picking the best lane for your truck. It looks like at 1 and 2 early on, that outside is where you're going to want to be because you get very much the nice run down the backstretch.
Boy, these guys are really fighting hard here for the lead here as we're on lap number 4.
Macklin's gonna lead that lap.
It just tells you how much clean air is really going to benefit you if you're going to be the lead truck out front.
Just watch this. 1 and 2, Macklin does not have the truck to hook that low line. Karlovich able to use that middle to high lane and just make the pass look easy. A little bit further back, you have O'Rourke, Donaldson, and Tyler Dalton. Already, E.J. O'Rourke is +5 positions, and he completed that on his first lap. Wortman has made it to the racetrack. Alan Wild has not. That 74 is on no man's land.
I see Chad Coleman's in a new paint scheme this week. He's got ace shocks on that truck this week.
Yes,
looking like Chase Elliott out here with that paint scheme.
A couple drivers with new schemes. Sean Macklin's got Traxxas on his truck.
Looking like Kyle Busch in the Truck Series many years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of the vibe I got. He's even got Rowdy Energy on the back of it, so, you know, like, dead giveaway there.
We should mention, too, now, AJ, with the new Aero update here, Mile and a Half Racing is going to be in a little bit of a change now with these trucks. You can't really go full throttle like you used to for as long as you used to. You're really going to have to play with the throttle, especially since they did a lot of aero upgrades to the sides of these trucks, the side skirts, and then what else was it? The front shocks, or I think it's the front shocks or the rear end shocks in these things.
Yeah, you mentioned about a month ago that this was going to be our first test with the Sim500 TranService Truck Series with the new aero package at 1.5 miles, where you're gonna need to lift now, as the 41 is in the wall, taking second away from the 30.
Who needs to hit the wall when I'm putting myself in second place?
We want to wish Richard Suavely to feel better. Looked like he caught a stomach virus, and buddy, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I had a stomach bug myself going around last week, so something's going around. So we hope Richard's gonna feel better, and hopefully we'll see him in actually 2 weeks, not next week, but 2 weeks from now.
Here comes Jose Gonzalez looking to make a pass. Tommy Ryan on the outside. He's trying to follow the 51 of Justin Fuller. As Fuller's gone backwards early in this run, which I say this every week, that is normal with the 51. If this is a green flag run to a pit stop, he's going to be up very high, probably top 3, if not definitely top 5.
I know you're saying it's normal, but my only thing is he seems like, I don't know if he's saving the tires like he normally does, but it does not look like he's very comfortable with that truck, and a lot of guys are taking advantage of him.
Are currently on board with the 51 of Fuller right now, as he is following the 99 of Tommy Ryan.
Now, I say this now, and then 20 laps from now, 30 laps from now, he's going to be like what AJ said, he'll be up front.
Dude, it's like clockwork with that 51. I can literally hear him say, go. Just go. I'll see you guys soon.
But if he doesn't do that tonight, then we know that he doesn't have the truck that he needs tonight.
Battle for the lead. Or O'Rourke trying to get by the 60 as they cross the start-finish line and head to 1.
And he's going to get the... Oh, no, he's not going to get the pass done. I thought he was going to be able to get the pass done there going into 1.
He's going to have the position here if he can hold it coming off the turn.
Wow. That was Chicagoland stripe right there. That was right in front of you at home with that camera shot.
Mike, he hit the wall and was still faster than the 60.
He's on a mission right now.
It's like Bristol on heat. Just crack the wall in center and you'll run a faster lap time. Just stay in the gas.
I mean, damage off.
I don't think it mattered, honest with you. At that point, you're just looking for fastest laps so you can get that ride to Homestead. But we are, for the most part, all single file, nose to tail. Our first side-by-side is, now that I think of it, right there. The 3 and the 13, both looking to the inside of their respective Joseph Burgess and Nelson Rivera. As there goes the 3 again. Hamish Gallagher back in his number 13 Kansas City Chiefs Taylor Swift truck.
It's not even football season, man.
It's always football season to most people.
It is.
For me, soon it's going to be college football season.
Yes, we're getting closer and closer to that release date for that game.
I can't wait, pal. I absolutely can't wait.
What I saw today in that latest deep dive, it's going to be amazing to play that game.
Yeah, you know how my team is never showcased? Because, nobody cares about UConn unless it's, college basketball.
True.
But up front, EJ O'Rourke, Jason Karlovich, Brian Macklin in third, Tyler Dalton in fourth, and in fifth you have Wesley Donaldson. Our biggest mover of the race right now is our race leader, EJ O'Rourke, as he is ripping that outside lane, and he's just looking really fast right now. And watch how he shadows coming down the back straightaway more towards the inside, breaks the draft of the 60. And he's really going to start pulling away these next couple laps. He's running his line and not having any contention from anybody behind him.
And this field is really starting to spread out here as we're getting about 20 laps into this run. Did you want to mention what the fuel window and what the tire sets that these guys got tonight?
Sure. The fuel window is just right around 50 laps. You might want to pit sooner if you cook those tires. We have 2 green, white checkered attempts and 3 tires in the pits, as I think we do everywhere.
So we're thinking here of what, 2 to 3 stops tonight, depending. I mean, you could probably try it on too, but
be on the lookout for people to try it on too. There are multiple people in this race that we know very closely that will attempt to go 55-55. Cough, cough, Fuller.
boy, these guys are all over the racetrack right now, and this is what Chicagoland provides, and it's great racing for the fans.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that the NASCAR National Series do not come to Chicagoland Speedway anymore.
No, don't get me started. This is gonna be a 10-minute rant if you do that to me.
Dude, it was one of my favorite tracks. I have to.
If they bring the next gen car back here, this would put on a fantastic race with the next gen car.
Karlovich coming back to battle for the lead, and he's brought company. That's Brian Macklin in the 30.
We're gonna have a 3-truck battle here.
Got 3 Toyotas leading 4 Chevys.
Well, I think probably EJ or Work thought like, I'm gonna pull away now. It's like I got past Karlovich, gonna hit my marks, and then now all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh.
You know, that's exactly what I thought. It's exactly those words came out of my mouth.
That's not the first time they came out of your mouth tonight.
No, because I thought O'Rourke was just gonna drive completely away. Oh, as he is loose coming out of 4 that time. Had to walk it right up the racetrack. Almost smacked the wall.
Oh, Byron Daly sideways in the middle of travel. He tried to duck it out behind Tyler Dalton, and then he decided to cut underneath him. Ooh. Oh, Karlovich going for the slide job, the Dale Jr. slide job right here. Oh, EJ sideways trying to cut underneath him.
He's going to try it again going into turn 3.
This is the racetrack that gave you the Dale Jr. slide job meme.
Well, O'Rourke's trying it, but he's not going top shelf that fast.
If that was 2 laps to go or 3 laps to go in that race, he'd probably shut the door right there.
And Brian Macklin was probably going to win that race. Karlovich around the outside makes the pass, and so does Brian Macklin. Wow. Not normally, it's not normal to see EJ O'Rourke lose 2 positions in 1 turn. But back a little further, it is a train of trucks. The 99 of Tommy Ryan right in the middle of that. And you see how they stagger going through the turn, Mike? Is that just...
trouble! Sorry, trouble. Turn 1, Kevin
Richard
Stone,
Beasley.
Richard Beasley. Oh, not the night Richard Beasley wanted.
Not the night that he needed.
Even for Kevin Stone, too. I got 2 playoff drivers involved here.
Oh!
Oh, hard incident right there. Looks like a little miscalculation, I think, on Kevin Stone's part here. He just thought he was clear, and Beasley was there.
Yeah, definitely was not clear. And that's going to turn the 17 headfirst into the wall. 2 playoff drivers, too.
Yep, and Kevin Stone's hopes of advancing to the next round is wiped.
Oh, did he alt F4?
Well, I mean, he lost basically the front bumper when he wrecked there, so... I don't know how much damage he'll have, but it's going to be a long repair.
First caution of the evening on lap 24. You're watching All-Star 15 TV's broadcast of the Sim500 TranService Truck Series coming to you live from Charlotte. Wow.
Charlotte? Oh, that's going to be... You know what's coming now. That's going to be a clip it meme.
Especially since Joe is watching his trucks are hitting the... hitting pit lane. Chicagoland Speedway. Yeah, see? See, Richard? That bug is getting me, too. As Brian Workman is going to stay out and lead a lap under caution. We are going to step away for a second. And when we return, it'll be the restart.
Industries across the board utilize fleet trucks on a daily basis, from your local utility company to your grocery store, and many of these companies choose full-service fleet leasing. With a traditional lease, you're responsible for everything after you get the truck, but a full-service lease includes all the maintenance and other services at a set cost. Regardless of the scope or range of your fleet needs, TranService will engineer a fully customized, full-service fleet leasing solution optimized to your requirements. From asset acquisition requiring no capital investment, to the engineering, configuration, and selection of your fleet equipment, to the people, facilities, and equipment to keep your fleet maintained and repaired. TranService gives you everything you need, with advantageous fleet pricing based on our national account status, compliance expertise, inspections, licensing, permitting, personal property taxes, nationwide roadside service. We cover it all for you. Contact us today to learn why leading companies rely on TranService for complete turnkey leasing solutions.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back from Chicagoland Speedway, just about to get the green flag going once again. Really fast cautions here. Kevin Stone and Richard Beasley in the first wreck that has taken the 17 of Kevin Stone out of the race. Pace car on pit road, and we are green.
EJ O'Rourke is all over the bumper of Karlovich here going into turn 1. Basically, practically shoving him into the corner.
Oh, popped the apron, the 41 did. He's stacking up the inside lane and getting put 3 wide.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. I thought I thought Brian Macklin was about to go into that inside guardrail.
Oh, look at Brian Macklin. He is sitting in the middle here of 3 wide.
Oh, this is tight off of 4. 4 wide, AJ. Try oval. Back to 3 now. We got a lot of playoff drivers right here in this gaggle.
I know I mentioned this Monday night when the racing was crazy at Michigan for the finale of the EFRL season, but is rain imminent? Because they're racing like it's about to pour at Chicagoland Speedway. Is there still 3 wide coming out of 4 once again?
Oh, this is a recipe for a wreck right here. 4 wide, not for back to 3. Wetzel's trying to shove his nose in there.
Trying to get you the best shots, unlike Fox.
Skadoosh.
Oh, you saw both unit trucks want to go to that outside, but Tommy Ryan being there stopped the 41 from moving to that high lane. Sticking with it right here because they've been 3 wide for 3 laps now. Almost 4.
Yep.
This is insane. Like, I get it for a turn or coming out of a turn, but to hold 3 wide for multiple laps that is not a super speedway or a plate track, I think EJ is hitting the...
He hit the loud pedal and was like, yep, that's it for me.
Yep. He's like, you guys are about to wreck, and I don't want any part of that.
Fuller's stacking up this inside line now. Last couple laps here.
You know, I kind of wish we were able to see the heat map of where heat is being put into the track. Because a lot of trucks still using that inside lane. But up front, Karlovich with almost a half-second lead over Byron Daly as they come off of turn 4, heading to lap 32. Byron Daly in second, Wesley Donaldson in third, Tommy Ryan in fourth, and Bobby Wetzel sitting in fifth. He's trying to get by Tommy Ryan. Look at Pedro. Pedro with a great move to move that outside. He's going to trap the 99 to the inside here. Got to be careful. Looked like that 58 wanted to step out.
Looks like he's trying to get a push down the front straightaway by, was that Jose Gonzalez trying to push him?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. In the Goya Chevy Silverado. Working in retail about 10 or 15 years ago, I know those bags of Goya beans can get very, very heavy. So whenever I see that, my back just starts hurting.
Ooh, Jeff Ryan and EJ Workabout made contact off of 4. Those two were almost banging doors.
You know, Jeff Ryan was your biggest mover. Jeff Ryan, EJ O'Rourke was your biggest mover through that first stint. Now he is your biggest loser on the racetrack. Going from first or second all the way to 14th.
I see you had to throw in the TV line right there.
Oh, the biggest loser?
Yep. I see what you did there.
I didn't even think of it, to be honest with you. Here goes Byron Daly. Last couple laps, he's been about a 10th faster. There's Brian Wertman. He is trying to run and hide.
And if he could see what's been going on behind him, he'd want to go run and hide.
Yeah. Well, not with Karlovich or Daly. It's everybody else behind him. That's a big cluster of trucks tailing our 2 leaders. Did you still see Tommy Ryan battling with Tyler Dalton?
I think Wortman is going to let these guys go because he is... Yeah, he's letting everybody go here.
He's going to keep it to that inside. The only people that's going to hurt are the drivers that have been running to the inside. Nobody cutting the dog like this lap. iRacing giving the 74 the blue flag to let the leaders by. He is the first car 1 lap down. Lead is down to a 10th.
Yeah, Byron is looking now. Seems like he's got the tires warmed up, temperature, and trying to get the lead here.
Gonna jump on board with the 06 here. Now see how aggressive he is. Running a lane off the top. Trying to get some clean air on the nose of the 06. But this is where he makes up his ground. Right here in 1 and 2. As he's going to stay behind the 60. Never mind.
Tell you one thing, AJ. Guy that's on the rebound, Richard Beasley. He is looking for P11 off of turn 2 here. This man is on the comeback trail.
Wish you could say the same thing about the 17, but Richard didn't have a lot of damage off of that. If anything, it was going to be some right front damage or left front damage. But other than that, that 10 is very fast tonight.
Yeah, I thought he would be struggling a little bit more with being involved in that wreck, but it's good to see that he is still out there and competitive and trying to cut down that points disadvantage he had.
Jeff Ryan and Beasley trying to wrap the outside, both trying to make passes. You see the 51 of Justin Fuller and the 18 of Sean Macklin.
Fuller looks like he is struggling tonight, and so does Macklin in that 18 truck. And now even EJ are working at 41. These 3 guys that we normally see up front, looks like they're in a little bit of a struggle tonight, AJ.
Well, EJ was able to lead early. And then I think he tested his truck where the tires start to wear. And I think that was all a testing game for the 41. I really do. I wouldn't be surprised if later on in the race, or if we get a late caution, that 41 is back within that top 5. Tyler Dalton, Brian Macklin. This is 4-7th. Macklin's going to cut it to the inside and try to take the short way around the racetrack. He's going to have the position in center, but on exit, that 19 is going to have a lot of acceleration and a lot of speed. Looks like he's also going to have some help from Chad Coleman. Can't believe we're already past 40 laps to go, pal. This
and
race is flying by.
We got a battle for the lead. Byron Daly to the inside of Karlovich off of 4.
We saw this earlier where Karlovich was holding to that outside like Gollum and the One Ring. And it's been working. That inside truck can't accelerate on exit to make the pass. A slide job will work, but then you got to be careful with that you don't get accidentally put into the wall. Or purposely put into the wall. You never know. Did you like my Lord of the Rings reference there?
That was good. You placed it in there perfectly.
It's the precious.
You see Chad Coleman now looking to the outside of Justin Fuller here.
Yep. Just went back to that. I saw Fuller all the way to the grass on the apron.
Oh, Fuller is trying to slide in there. He barely made it.
I didn't think he was clear. I think Coleman gave him a little bit of leeway with that one. And that
You can only...
just shot Fuller.
Oh, here we go, AJ. Trouble. Turn 4. Oh, Bobby Wetzel, another playoff driver in it. Gonzalez down on the grass.
Everybody saw that happen right in front of them.
Yeah, Wetzel was on the wall and just bad timing right there with Gonzalez. I mean, Gonzalez trying to get by. He saw that. He's just trying to get by, and yeah.
Oh, Brian Macklin! Holy cow!
That was wild.
The seas have parted for Brian Macklin. We're gonna jump on board with that so you guys can get a look at it.
If he was running a red paint scheme truck, he'd be partying the Red Sea.
Oh, wow. And it's feeding time once again on pit road, which means we're going to...
Oh, we got somebody staying out. Justin Fuller's staying out. Ooh, O'Rourke's staying out. The units boys are going to be restarting 1-2 here.
We're going to step away for a word from our sponsor.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Industries across the board utilize fleet trucks on a daily basis, from your local utility company to your grocery store, and many of these companies choose full-service fleet leasing. With a traditional lease, you're responsible for everything after you get the truck, but a full-service lease includes all the maintenance and other services at a set cost. Regardless of the scope or range of your fleet needs, TranService will engineer a fully customized, full-service fleet leasing solution optimized to your requirements. From asset acquisition requiring no capital investment, to the engineering, configuration, and selection of your fleet equipment, to the people, facilities, and equipment to keep your fleet maintained and repaired. TranService gives you everything you need, with advantageous fleet pricing based on our national account status, compliance expertise, inspections, licensing, permitting, personal property taxes, nationwide roadside service. We cover it all for you. Contact us today to learn why leading companies rely on TranService for complete turnkey leasing solutions.
We're back, everybody. Just about to put lap 50 on the board, completing our second caution of the evening. Your front row is all units moving and portable storage. Justin Fuller, EJ O'Rourke. Then in your second row, it's Wesley Donaldson, Jason Karlovic. In row 3, Jeff Ryan, Byron Daly. But we are green once again from Chicagoland Speedway.
And Brian Macklin going to go 3 wide middle here. Now he's going to get down to the bottom, but he took Jeff Ryan 3 wide middle at the start of that restart. Oh, EJ walking it up the racetrack off of turn 2, and now he's going to get put 3 wide top.
Byron Daly with a great run coming off of turn 2. He's going to make the pass from the 41 and 91. Move him up to 6th. He's looking for more from Karlovich.
Oh, 3 wide for the lead off of 4. Now remember, Fuller and O'Rourke are on older tires, while everybody else is on newer tires.
Donaldson with a heck of a run as they enter turn 1. He's got the speed to the outside with Byron Daly down the back straightaway. Even number and gone for second. Wesley Donaldson makes the pass for P2. That 91 is flying right now.
He's shot out of a cannon right here on this restart.
Just remember, if we go green the rest of the way, everybody's going to have to pit at least one more time. Unless you're Justin Fuller and EJ O'Rourke, you are going to have to pit twice.
And those two are going to have 1 extra set of tires, too, versus everybody else.
Well, they're going to use them up by having to pit twice.
True.
Everybody else has made their bed. Battle for the lead. Karlovich is going to slide job off a turn 2. Good block, arrow block from the 60 through 3 and 4. That's going to open up the door for Pedro Mojica. He's sitting in P3. Now P2. Trying to make the pass on the 91. Going to trap him to the inside. That 58's going to have a heck of a run down the back straightaway that I don't know that 60 is going to be able to stop.
And we are coming up to the halfway lap. 55 down, 55 to go.
And at halfway, like we normally do, thank you to all our sponsors of the channel. And even more importantly, the sponsor of the Sim500 Wednesday Night Premiere Series, TranService Trucking Logistics. But let's run through the sponsors of All-Star 15 TV, starting off with the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast. Tomorrow night, they are talking about their top 10 of DreamWorks animated episodes. Falcon Grafix, use code AllStar15TV to save $5 off your first vehicle wrap when you talk to Mick Olofsson. The Wrestling with Nerds podcast, new episodes every Sunday. They talk about whether WWE, TNA, New Japan, really don't talk about all empty wrestling. And then the Off and Turn 1 podcast. I'll let you take care of that one, Mike.
Well, they talked about last week, what was it, the 6 hours at the Glen that the Warrior Enterprises team had and their success. They had, I think, Scott, Wyatt, and Jake all on the podcast last week, so that was great to see. Going forward this week for that podcast, I would assume they would be talking about the race weekend coming up here. NASCAR going to be in... Where is NASCAR this weekend? Oh, there we go. Nashville. There we go. Took me a minute, folks. Yeah, they'll be talking about that. Xfinity race on Saturday, Cup race on Sunday. And I believe IndyCar and F1 are both off this weekend as well. I believe.
Nashville's been a pretty good race the last couple seasons. For me, I would have always wanted them to go to Fairgrounds, but I'll take the quote-unquote super speedway.
And I assume the boys will be talking about everything that happened this past weekend. F1 in Barcelona, IndyCar out in Laguna Seca, and then NASCAR rain tire weekend at New Hampshire. So tune in.
Little bit of AJ input about NASCAR this weekend in Loudon. The best race was the first race of the weekend, the modified race, hands down. But that Cup race was very entertaining when they decided to actually run on a damp racetrack. not like any of those NASCAR guys will listen to this, as we're watching Brian Macklin try to make the pass on Tommy Ryan through 1 and 2. That's going to help Tyler Dalton try to also make that pass.
You should be proud of Justin Bonsignore. I mean, he was P2 for the longest time in the Xfinity race.
I'm very proud of him. Modified champion P2. Hopefully he gets a lot more seat time in the Xfinity car, or even trucks to start with. That kid's got a lot of talent. But the short tracks, if you're going to bring the rain tires, and there's even a chance of rain, you definitely bring the wipers and the rear view camera. Not the rear view camera, the rear view light as well.
And the mud flaps, because they didn't have the mud flaps on them this weekend.
Yeah, because didn't they used to just be able to pop them on?
I believe so, yes.
But up front, Pedro Mojica, Jason Karlovich, and Wesley Donaldson, your top 3. Then you have to go to Byron Daly in 4th and 5th, Sean Macklin, Chad Coleman in 6th, 7th, you have Brian Macklin, 8th, Tyler Dalton, 9th, Nelson Rivera, and Tommy Ryan rounding out that top 10.
I tell you, from Seth Foudy back, I mean, it is like a straightaway and a half.
Yeah, from Seth Foudy, it is 3.5 to Joseph Burgess, and then to Mark Schrader, it's another 3 seconds. So that 90 truck is sitting in between both Seth Foudy and Mark Schrader. But from Mark Schrader, you have Fuller in 14th, O'Rourke in 15th, Gallagher 16th, 17th. You have Glenn Campbell 18th, Jose Gonzalez, and rounding out your top 20, 19th, Richard Beasley and Doy Woods in 20th.
And those guys are now basically half a lap behind the leaders.
They are not having that great of a run since we went green. And I'm really wondering when we're going to see EJ and Fuller come down pit road. Look for them right around that 74 mark to 80 mark. And that'll be it for them. Or it should be it for them. That would be the key word in the game we're playing.
Well, we got a battle for third now. Karlovich side by side. Byron Daly looking to the outside here for third.
Oop, I apologize on that noise if people heard that. My boom just broke that was holding my mic.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, it just fell on my lap.
We got a battle for the lead. Pedro Mojica. Wesley Donaldson. Donaldson is all over the bumper. Pedro here for the lead. Bobby Wetzel about to go a lap down. The right side of that truck is caved in. That's what I saw that going by. Donaldson to the inside here in 3 and 4.
Very proud of Wesley Donaldson. He has been hauling the mail since we hit that green flag. And he is showing a lot of speed. But with that, are those tires going to give out?
I don't know, but he's going to have to start aero blocking now because here comes that 06 truck. He's going to force his way to the outside. Oh, we're going to get 3 wide here off of the corner.
I thought so. I thought you were about to get your wish there.
No, but Byron Daly's about to get his wish. He's about to take the lead the hard way around the outside.
They're about to get right around Bobby Wetzel. That he's sitting in 22nd. He's just going to get out of the way.
Not the night Bobby Wetzel was looking for.
And he was running well earlier.
Yeah.
Just that issue out of 4.
If him coming as far back in points as he was going to need a really good night. Now, Karlovich Sean Macklin and Chad Coleman here. We're about to make this a 6-truck battle here. Oh, Karlovich got the wall a little bit off of 4.
Mike, I appreciate you taking over while I try to fix this.
His AJ's having boom mic issues.
Yeah, I don't. It just randomly just fell on my lap. But whenever you call something out, I'll switch to it. It should only be like another 30-ish seconds.
Will do. There's Donaldson to the bottom, Karlovich to the top here. Now Macklin, Macklin really got into the inside of Karlovich, but Karlovich will clear him here in the middle of the front straightaway. And we'll do this again going into 1. Switch lanes. Now Donaldson going to slide up a little bit here. Karlovich is going to try to throw it in there outside of him. Karlovich in the wall. We keep going, but that gives Macklin the position there. Now Chad Coleman's looking for a spot here on Karlovich. He saw Macklin get a spot, but he's like, oh, I want one too. Tell you one thing, these guys are using every inch of this racetrack right now. Got a battle for 3rd here, heating up. Macklin is closing in here on Donaldson. I thought he was going to be a little bit closer here going into the corner. Looks like Donaldson got the momentum off of 4 to gain a little bit more. But Macklin's going to dive it in here off of 2. Looking to be side by side with him off of the corner.
All right, boys, we should be back. Sorry about that once again, everybody. Mike, thank you for covering me while I tried fixing that. Looks like I need a new boom mic.
That's not good.
Good thing they're not overly expensive. Just expensive. But this has been fantastic racing. Right now, Donaldson and the 18 of Sean Macklin. Oh, almost contact out of 2.
And Sean's trying to send it in here in 3. Now we're going to be staggered here with the front 4 in the middle of the corner. I'm surprised we haven't seen... I would assume here in the next couple laps we're going to see Fuller and O'Rourke on pit road. Gonzalez just left pit road now, too, in that 26.
Yeah, they are definitely going to have to pit road very, very soon. And they will go a lap down doing so.
Richard Beasley on pit road. I see him pulled off there. Side by side for 3rd. Macklin now all the way against the door of Donaldson into 1.
Great turn 1.
Oh, wow. Oh, contact.
Woo! That was a close one.
I don't know if Donaldson's going to appreciate that much.
Oh, and now he's got a battle with Karlovich. Wow. Well, that'll move Sean Macklin up to 3rd, but now that 91 has to battle with the 60.
Well, I think Donaldson will remember that if we get down to a late race restart or something. He goes, I cut you a break that time, but next time, I won't cut you that much of a break. Now we're 3 wide here.
Did he actually say that?
No, but I'm just saying I'm just putting my personal feelings into that. If somebody did that to me, I'd be like, next time I ain't cutting you a break.
Okay, I hear you on that one. Looks like we're about to have a battle for the win, too.
Oh, Pedro's going to be pitting. He's concerned about Sean being all over the back bumper of him.
When did he call pitting? Because that must have been really late.
Going into 3.
Yeah, that was a little late. I would say.
And this pit road seems like this entry seems like it's pretty ideal, and you think, oh, I can get down to pit road speed limit, no problem. Yeah, we're gonna see some people.
Every pit road has its difficulties.
They do, but especially with Chicagoland's pit road.
A lot of it has to do with how fast can you slow down to pit speed, or if you're pitting around people, trying not to wreck them. Fuller and Mojica are on pit road.
Seth Foudy just came to pit road.
There's the 11. He's in a new scheme, it looks like.
And he is. Whenever they had the old, when they never had the small extension there, you see off of 4 with those stands, I'd always try to sit there so I could be front row Charlie for pit road action.
EJ's on pit road. That's also going to bring Hamish Gallagher on pit road.
Nelson Rivera, I think, is coming in up there. As we are coming down to it, 30 laps to go next time by.
Yep. Just as the worst wrestler in the world would say, it's feeding time.
Feed me.
More. Good theme song. Horrible wrestler.
I remember when they turned him heel and they didn't have the feed me part at the beginning of it. It was just the guitar at the beginning. But as we're looking here, battle for the lead is heating up.
Yeah, if I was Sean Macklin, I'd grab this lead and on the next lap pit. Because I would bet you, if that were to happen, that 06 would be the first car down truck down pit road.
Now these guys pitting under green here, do not speed, because if you speed, that's going to kill your race, especially this late in the going.
Yeah, your night would be over. Unless within the 3 laps that you get that penalty, a caution comes out. But I still think you need to serve it under a green flag, right?
I believe so, yes.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, whether you're watching it live or watching it on delay. We appreciate you being here. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. We're on the road to 500, just about 50 short. Help us get there. And also, everybody, hitting that like button does wonders for the channel. It pushes All-Star 15 TV up the algorithm to a lot of other racing fans if they want to just sit back and watch a great race. Mojica through the center, getting his lap back the hard way.
Sean sideways off of 4.
What a move.
He just pulled out a Brad Keselowski 2014 Chicagoland move right there.
That was a heck of a move.
That was awesome.
Like, I know he's got fresher tires, but wow. Glenn Campbell coming down pit road.
Wesley Donaldson going to be coming pit road this time here. Karlovich coming. Chad Coleman looks like he's coming. Hang on to it. Donaldson. Oh, no.
I had a feeling.
Oh.
We've been really good with zoning in on somebody just as something's about to happen.
Yeah, we have. Oh, Donaldson, that is going to kill his race.
Just hope he wasn't speeding.
I flipped over to Hammond. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
And the leaders are pitting here. Oh, Daly, hang on to it. Ooh, nice save.
They're all coming down pit road. Your whole top 5. That's going to relinquish the lead to Joseph Burgess. But if he's going to want to lead a lap, he's got to go around one more time.
see whose pit crew is going to be good here and which ones are going to be a little bit sluggish.
Watching the leaders. There goes Daly, Macklin,
Oh.
Macklin, Dalton, and Rivera, your top
Wow,
five off of pit road.
All 5 of those pit crews are on the money right there.
But look where they're cycling out. Mojica is going to cycle out your race leader by pitting just 2 laps sooner than Seth Foddy and Nelson Rivera, but 8 laps sooner from Daly Coleman, Sean Macklin, and Karlovich. We have trucks all over the racetrack. Ooh.
What do we have?
To, what happened to the...
Your pylon go out?
It did.
Oh, no.
We'll try to get that back up. There it is.
There we go. So we got Burgess and Dory Woods are the only 2 that have not pitted
Did
yet.
that just happen, Mike?
Yeah, it just happened.
Okay, good. I'd feel bad if it was like that for a while.
And Dory Woods is going to lose second here. So I would, if I'm Doy, I'd come into pit road now.
Yeah, both Burgess and Woods are hoping for a caution. Great that they needed that 2 or 3 laps ago. You're looking at the 28 of Doy Woods. Race leader Joseph Burgess has an 8-second lead over Pedro Mojica.
That won't last.
No, not when Pedro is running a 1.5 faster a lap.
Back there, those guys were, that was so close to a wreck right there.
Oh, yeah, you ain't kidding. Gonna keep it right here. Right now, this is the closest battle we have on the racetrack. Oh, I thought Coleman was sending the 18 into 3. "19 laps to go." This race is closing up very fast.
Make sure to stay tuned afterwards when we interview the top 3 podium finishers.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, especially if somehow we get a caution, and Burgess has 30 lap pressure tires on the field. Oh boy, or
That'd be him. I was gonna say him, Doy Woods, York, and Fuller are gonna be sitting pretty with 1 extra set of tires.
Doy Woods is falling back to 9th right now. He is lapping almost.
Oh, he's about to be wrecking! Oh my goodness, what a save.
He's got to come down pit road. Those tires are gone.
Oh my god.
Like, I understand wanting to stay out as long as possible, but
I
I'm
thought he was...
pretty sure a tire blew at that point.
I don't know how he saved that. Oh my goodness. He didn't go back and see that. I mean, I don't know how he did not wreck that thing. Oh my goodness.
That's him coming to pit road. Give me a sec.
And here we go. We'll see it now this time as we go.
I hope this
Off
is the right lap.
We're going to find out. Let's play it right from here and see what happens. Yep, this is it, right? Nope, that wasn't the lap. You got to go another lap.
But you could see him getting past like he has stopped. Like he's given them room. But that's just...
There it
he
is.
goes.
Oh,
That's
As I said,
twice. That's twice
that is
Brian
twice.
Macklin
that is twice.
almost got caught up in a wreck and passed for the lead. There goes the 58 to the inside of the 90.
I know Kevin Harvick said Jimmy Johnson has the golden horseshoe stuck up somewhere, but I think Brian Macklin's got that tonight. I mean, that's twice that 30 truck could have been killed.
Now, Doy Woods is just about a lap and a half down. He's going to have a very fast truck, but I don't think there's enough time for him to really make some passes that matter.
No. The only one that's may have some help if Burgess gets a caution. Oh, but he's going to be coming to pit road now. Burgess is coming into pit road.
It was worth a shot. You have to do something different than everybody else if you want a chance to win the race.
You do. Now we'll see if we're going to go caution free to the end here.
Now we're just on the outside of 10 laps to go. Woo! Sean Macklin all over the back bumper of Byron Daly. Oh boy. Mojica with a 3-second lead over Jason Karlovich, but last time by, Mojica with a 33.01 to Karlovich's 32.77. It would take about 10 laps for Karlovich to get there if you're going to chop 3/10 off a lap.
That means he's going to get there with 2 to go. Got it.
He's got to stay consistent. And then Sean Macklin's also got to stay behind him and pushing him. And oh, Sean Macklin in the wall out of 4. Last time by, what's the difference? Is 6/10.
Now, if we get a late race yellow, oh, these boys are going to be on old tires. And then we have some wheel spin.
Bobby Wetzel, Brian Wortman on pit road. Oh, Karlovich in the wall in 3. That's going to let Sean Macklin by. Opens the door for Byron Daly out of 4.
And he's going to do the slide job on him. He's going to come up there. Got it done.
Karlovich is going to look to the inside, entering 3. He's at the number even. Karlovich is going to try it coming out of 4. But Byron Daly's going to be able to stick his nose there. Under 10 laps to go. Pedro Mojica with a 2-second lead over Sean Macklin. He can see the race leader. And you see how loose that truck is.
Yeah, he was turning that thing to the right in the middle of the corner.
Gonna stay on board with him with this.
I don't know how much he's turning right more times than he's turning left in the corner.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure you got to do that to make sure that the truck's going fast.
Oh, Karlovich in the wall again.
Well, Mike, remember that thunderous rainstorm that I said was gonna show up eventually?
Yeah, what's there?
It just showed up. My whole basement lit up like a Christmas tree.
Well, it's a good thing that we're ending this race in 7 laps.
Yeah, well. Holy cow. Wow. This is amazing. Being on board with Sean Macklin and watching him close in further and further to Pedro Mojica has been amazing to see his driving style and how he's trying to get out of the corner as fast as possible, using the apron he might get there. The only thing is Jose Gonzalez gonna slow him up.
I don't know. If I'm Jose, I'm getting out of his way when he gets to me.
Do you mean for that to rhyme?
Maybe just a tad. Battle for third, heating up again. Daly and Karlovic still side by side off the corner here. Daly's going to clear him, though, into one.
Macklin's moved all the way up to 5th. He was just 10th like five-ish laps ago. Speaking of that, him and Tyler Dalton are the fastest trucks on the track right now.
Now we are coming to 4 to go.
4 to go, a second separating Mojica and Macklin. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. If you got people that like NASCAR, invite them to watch. This is gonna be crazy. Jose not getting out of the way, making the 18 run to the inside.
Oh, that is an interesting move right there. And you got Richard Beasley up here too. What's Beasley gonna do?
3 laps to go, down to 8 tenths. Last time by a 33.37 for Mojica, 33.18 for Macklin. Still faster, but the lap traffic is hurting Sean Macklin.
And Beasley, I wonder if he's going to get out of the way or not.
This last lap, Mojica advantage.
Dual popsicle sticks in the air.
Yep, 2 to go.
And Karlovic and Daly still side by side for third. Tyler Dalton and Brian Macklin going to be side by side back there for fourth. Or fifth, I should say. I don't know. We're going to need split screen here for this last lap.
You know, I wish I had that.
Mojica looks like he's pulling away. Macklin can't get around Beasley. We're coming to the white flag, sponsored by
The Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Go check it out on the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook and YouTube page.
This battle for third. This battle for third is going to be the money one right here. Oh my goodness. 4 cars under a blanket. Mojica continues to lead. Macklin's still stuck in lap traffic. But this is the battle for the last interview spot and the podium.
Byron Daly advantage going into turn 3. He's going to cut it to the inside, blocking the 60. Off the turn, the 06 is loose. Karlovic is going to follow him up the racetrack. The 06 is going to get third. Pedro Mojica is going to win the race tonight, followed by Sean Macklin in second. Byron Daly in third. Jason Karlovic in fourth. Brian Macklin in fifth. 6 goes to Tyler Dalton. In 7th, Tommy Ryan. 8th, Seth Faudy. Chad Coleman in 9th. And Nelson Rivera rounding out that top 10.
What a finish for third.
What a finish. Pedro being able to hold off Sean Macklin. I'd say being very fast and conservative with those tires. But those 2 lap cars very much helped Pedro Mojica there. Even though Pedro could have won 100% on his own merit there.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, what a great race.
It was a great race. Chicagoland delivered. We saw multiple lanes being used, 3 and 4 wide at a time. And these boys were racing their hearts out. Great to see.
There he goes, burning it down the front straightaway. We'll talk to our podium finishers momentarily. What a great show. What a great show. Hi,
hello,
O'Rourke.
EJ. Yeah, I was going to say hello there.
Somebody watch a little Tokyo Drift? Oh, what a great race. And we're going to go to Legacy, Texas. the good Texas before they broke it. But let's talk to our P3
We got
finisher.
all three. We got all three, AJ.
We're talking the three first, so that's Byron Daly. Byron Daly, AJ, and Mike in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, pal.
Yeah, how's it going?
Dude, what a great race. I honestly had no clue whatsoever how that was gonna come out at the end with 5 cars under a blanket coming out of 4. But you're able to hold off Jason Karlovich. Talk about that and your race.
Yeah, it was a fun battle there with Jason. From what I understand, we're pretty tight in the points, so I was trying to really just was racing him all night. And yeah, I kind of wish I strategized a bit better. Probably could have been faster in that last run if I did some things a little bit better, but that's part of it, Still hate to only get one win this season, but that's how it's going to shake out at the moment. But we'll keep going. We'll try to execute better, and hopefully this is enough to get us to the next round.
Absolutely, dude. But even if it's not, you've had a very, very fun season to watch. But with you and how you've run, you got to be proud of not just tonight, but the whole season completely as a whole. But we go to Legacy, Texas for the next broadcast in 2 weeks. After a podium tonight, what are you thinking that 06 can do there?
Yeah, I think that'll be another good run. It's a lot of it is being aggressive without burning your tires to the ground, and that is a very hard thing to balance. There's a lot of guys in this league that are really good at it, so I feel like we'll be up front, making moves, but to get there and get the job done again, try to get another win. It's just going to be trying to figure out what's the right balance of aggression versus holding back a little bit and just strategizing in how the cars pitted and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of things that need to come together to win one of these races, and I feel like I know what they are. I just need to actually put them together.
Well, before we let you go and enjoy the podium, got any sponsors you want to plug?
Yeah, no, thanks to TranService for being on the truck, sponsoring me and all that good stuff. Sponsoring the series as well. Sim500, you all for broadcasting. It's fun to go back and watch later. So yeah, just thanks to everybody involved in all this, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys some more this season.
All right, brother. Well, once again, congratulations. We'll talk to you hopefully at Texas next week.
Thank you.
All right, that is the 06 of Byron Daly. Mike, here's Sean Macklin.
Sean, it's AJ and Mike. You got us.
I got you, buddy.
Well, man, coming home P2 tonight. Talk about your race. I know you had a little bit of contact there with Wesley at one point in your race. Talk a little bit about that. Talk a little bit about trying to catch Pedro there at the end. We could see in the booth that lap traffic was playing maybe a little bit of a factor. And then talk about the aero package. This is the first time really on a mile and a half that these trucks ran that new aero package that iRacing put out there.
Yeah, man, I'm cool with second. I've just wanted to lock myself into the next round, and catching Pedro is going to be a job. And like you said, with the lap traffic and whatnot, that's tough. I might have been able to get a little bit closer had they not been there, but it is what it is. I'm cool with second, and with Wesley, just trying to run as hard as I can and get to Pedro was the idea. So I got a little loose and just got into him a little bit. Definitely didn't mean to, but just part of the racing, I think.
Did you notice much of a difference with this new aero package tonight?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of off throttle compared to what I think it would normally be. And definitely a lot of strategy. Usually at these bigger tracks, the trucks are pretty straightforward and everybody does the same thing. And in this race, you were able to do a lot of stuff, running the bottom or running the top, and it seemed to work either way. And at the end, it was just all about when you pitted. And I think I just pitted like a lap too late to really make it work. If I'd pitted a lap earlier, I think I might have been able to get to Pedro a little bit better.
Putting it back in the driver's hands. That's what we like to hear. As we put Chicagoland in the rearview mirror and we go in 2 weeks to Legacy, Texas. Give me your thoughts on Legacy version of Texas.
I like it. Just trying to get a good finish and see what I can make out of this last round here.
And before we let you go to celebrate P2, is there any sponsors you'd like to plug?
Yeah, just everybody at Sim500. You guys for doing the broadcast, all the admins here running everything, and everybody, my teammates, Aftermath Motorsports. It's helped me kind of progress through these races and get to where I am. So cool for all of them.
Well, Sean, congratulations again on the P2 finish tonight. Enjoy your week off and enjoy your 4th of July holiday weekend as well. And we'll catch you in 2 weeks at Texas.
Thank you, sir. You too. We'll see you then.
All right. That was Sean Macklin for P2. Mike, I think the overlay kind of just died there once again.
But, it's all right. Why don't you take Pedro to end the night?
Yeah, well, let's take the race winning driver for round 22. It's Pedro Mojica. Dude, fantastic race tonight. Able to come out the victor. What does that mean to you from Charlotte, Chicagoland? Wow.
That's twice.
That's twice I've done that.
Oh, dude, it feels amazing, AJ. Oh my God, what a race. Especially for not running as much as I did, the previous years. Like, I'm still trying to knock the rust off and whatnot to come in and be competitive and pull a little bit of a strategy move and it work out. Like usually when I do those don't work out for me, man. I fall back, and don't win the race. But yeah, that like everything worked out to a T. So super excited, man. It feels good to win, especially in the trucks. I'm starting to like how this new package with the trucks feels since the release a few weeks ago. I really liked how Dover felt, and I really liked how tonight felt.
Yeah, well, with the strategy, how did that come about? Was that something like you just being on the racetrack trying to outthink the competitors, or did you have something like this planned before we went racing?
Not. It's kind of hard, right? Because like you don't know how the yellows are gonna fall, so I didn't really have anything planned. Like I knew we had to stop twice, but then like it's just I was thinking with how many people we had show up tonight, I was like, we're probably gonna have long green flag runs, probably even go green the whole race because that's Chicagoland just has a good tendency to do that. And so the beginning of the race, I tried to save hard, and I lost 6 spots trying to save, and then by the time I started starting to try to get some of those spots back, the yellow comes out. So I'm like, of course. So from there, with just how the setup was, I left some fuel out to kind of help tighten it up. And I kind of was like, you know what? Like, let me at least gain some of this track position back because like I fell way too far back to be able to save and then kind of gain an advantage on the guy. Because the guys who were in front of me, there was guys in front of me that were just as good at saving tires. So it's like stay behind them and they were going to get around them. So a couple of those restarts go by, and I get back up into the top 5. And then that last yellow pitted again, left some fuel out because it's like we couldn't make it all the way. So I was like, okay, well, let's kind of see how this goes and maybe break it in half ish, maybe. So started going, ran hard, got the lead, try to keep the clean air. Byron got around me, but even though he got around me, I was able to stay on him. So it's just lap after lap, staying on him. So I started thinking at that moment, I was like, well, I probably should try to pit before everybody else and force everybody's hand so that, because if I stay close and I pit and they don't pit, then I'll gain a pretty decent advantage. So it worked out, man. Yeah, I called about 35 to go. I wanted to pit. 35 came. I had a perfect gap behind me from Sean, and Byron was right there in front of me, so I pitted. And I figured more people were going to pit with me in the front group, but I guess the benefit of not being in the playoffs, like I don't have nothing to worry about. I could do stuff like this, and if the yellow came out and it burned me, oh well. If it burns them, they're out of the playoffs for the next round. So, yeah, I pitted with 35 to go, and kind of forced everybody's hand to make a decision there. And I think 7 or so laps went by before the majority of them pitted. So I think by the time everything cycled out, I was 10 plus seconds ahead of them. So I kind of figured as long like in the laps between myself pitting and them, I was conserving tire and just pretty much conserving tire as much as I could until they got to within about 3 seconds or so. Then I think, yeah, the last 10 laps, they all started getting really close to me. I started running the top and just trying as hard as I could. So fortunately, it worked out, though. They, between them all coming out together, battling each other, and then trying to catch me, by the time it was all said and done, they could only get, I think Sean got to about 8 to 9 tenths behind me. So it all panned out, man. It all worked out like I had hoped after I pitted.
All right, brother. Well, before we let you go, in 2 weeks we got Legacy Texas, another mile and a half, but we're running the good version of Texas. What are we to expect from the 58?
Unfortunately, I won't be there.
Oh no.
I will be on vacation. I'll be actually on a cruise, I think, at that time, so I won't even have internet or anything. But yeah, so I won't be here for that race. But I would expect a lot of the same as tonight with just how the setup felt. Probably going to be a little snug, like entry to center, but the throttle's going to help rotate that truck. So I expect a lot of the same that we've seen tonight at Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. So that it should be a good race.
Well, before we let you go, why don't you plug your sponsors before you go party the rest of the night away?
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys for putting on the broadcast, everything you do. All admins at Sim500 for what they do to run this league. It's a fun league to run at, and I enjoy it. So always come back. So appreciate them. All the guys on Team Name, appreciate them. Good run for most of them. I think I don't know who all made it in, who didn't, but overall, good job to everybody. And appreciate TranService for sponsoring the series and Glenn for what he does for the series.
All right, brother. Well, once again, congratulations, and go have some fun tonight after winning.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. Y'all take care.
All right, race winner Pedro Mojica. Mike, take us home, pal.
Well, AJ, another fantastic race that we've seen this season. Chicagoland delivered. Great way to end the first round of the playoffs, and I'm looking forward to going to round 2, starting in 2 weeks at Legacy Texas, the good version of Texas. We don't like the new version. Nobody does. But, everybody, it is. Hope everybody at home enjoys their holiday week next week and holiday weekend. It will be a big weekend that week celebrating America's independence. Just remember what that day is for. And AJ, we'll catch you in 2 weeks. Enjoy your holiday weekend as well.
Oh, I plan to. EFRL just finished on Monday, so Mondays are going to be free for a little while. So I get to go enjoy Monday Night Raw and Wednesday next week. Maybe I'll stop in and watch a little of empty arena wrestling. So,
good luck.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow if you haven't. Thanks, Mike, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you in 2 weeks at Texas.